Hello everyone, today we're gonna react to FNAF lore. I chose this video with my father, and I really hope he likes it.
Yeah, we'll see. Can you tell me something about this video?
This video is basically about there's a night guard and he tries to survive a night against animatronics, cause at night time the animatronics just walk around trying to just kill the night guard, and the night guard has two doors. So he basically shuts them down and he has a red button. When he presses that, he can see if something is there, and there's a red button. He closes the door so that the animatronics can't go in. But there's a power. He needs enough power to survive the night until 6 a.m. If it hits 6 a.m., the animatronics goes shut down and he survives.
Okay, we'll see. Before the video starts, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the bell for more new information and push the like button. In the description you can find also my other social media platforms like TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is here as well displayed. And in the comment section you can leave your comments too. Let's start the video.
Yes.
Let's go.
Ryder, do you know why I called you here?
No, MatPat of the YouTube channels Game Theory, Film Theory, Food Theory, and GT Live. I do not know why you called me here.
Well, maybe this will jog your memory.
Aw, look at this cute little plushie of a rusty metal animatronic haunted by the soul of a child whose head was bitten by a robot in 1987. Happy birthday, Tommy! Nice.
Now what do you have to say for yourself?
My videos are funny.
Mr. of a Ferret, this is without a doubt one of the most shameful displays of Five Nights at Freddy's lore dumping I have ever seen. It's actually amazing how almost every single thing you said was wrong. I thought we had taught you better back on the Theorist channels. You even worked on multiple FNAF videos during your time working with us, but clearly you were too busy frolicking around making videos about Bubsy and King's Quest to pay any sort of attention.
Dude, I was just the history guy and the editor. I wasn't doing any of the lore research. Back then, you still thought Purple Guy was the phone guy. But whatever, I get it. Can I go now?
No, not until you learn the proper FNAF lore, sir. Now, if you'll see here on this 92-slide PowerPoint presentation that I've made on exactly this subject, first off, this is not the bite of 87. Rather, the image you chose depicts the bite of 1983, and the child in question is actually the crying child, aka the younger brother of Michael Afton. Now, Michael Afton is very important.
Help me.
Play as him.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to my channel, Foot of a Ferret, where, yes, a few months back I made a video about FNAF where I got a lot of the lore wrong. And yeah, I knew it was all sorts of wrong. It was a quick throwaway gag, and I wasn't about to do hours and hours of research and fact-checking just to get to the punchline. Nice. But even so, I want to make things up to any of the FNAF lore buffs whose heads may have exploded at the amount of inaccuracies I managed to squeeze into 15 seconds. So I decided to call in some help from the resident FNAF expert of the whole internet, MatPat from Game Theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to...
Yeah, I already did that bit.
Oh, well, anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's is a long series spanning more games, books, and mysteries than you can shake a stick at. So our goal is to present you guys a complete recap of the entire core FNAF storyline, or at least as much as we can without delving into too many unconfirmed theories or things that could suddenly be totally rewritten by a new book, or a new game, or new movie, or decorative birthday party napkin with hidden text that only appears after you wipe your mouth 5 times. And FNAF is infamously frustrating when it comes to deciphering its lore, but I think once you boil it all down, the story might not be as complicated as you think. It's weird, don't get me wrong, but we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts here.
But first, I gotta say, if you like this video and you want to see more, be sure to hit the big red subscribe button right below this video and ring the little gray bell next to it. That makes sure you get notified every time I upload in the future. It's a big help for my channel and I'd really appreciate it. Also, there's plenty of really cool Foot of a Ferret merch for sale at the link in the description or in this little banner right below this video. But yeah, enough of that. So So get comfortable, we're gonna be here for a while. This is
everything you need to know about Five Nights at Freddy's.
So hey, it's the 70s. Ain't this just a time? Well, it certainly was for these two guys named William Afton and Henry Emily. These guys are a couple of inventors specializing in building robots and animatronics. They're also family men. William has a wife, a daughter, and 2 sons, while Henry has a daughter named Charlotte. So we got 2 groovy 70s dudes building robots to support their families. But there's just one little snag. William Afton is a crazy person. I'm not really sure why, but William Afton has this insatiable desire to, kill children, but I'm sure that won't be a problem anytime soon. So instead, let's focus on this new restaurant in town that just opened, Fredbear's Family Diner. A small, locally owned family restaurant that commissions William and Henry to create some fun, Chuck E. Cheese style animatronic mascots to entertain the kids. There's a golden bear named Fredbear and a golden rabbit named Bonnie. Now, these are what are called spring lock animatronics, meaning they operate using, well, spring lock mechanisms, which are extremely dangerous. Boy, it sure is a good thing these are just robots and not mascot costumes or something. Hey, guess what? These are also mascot costumes meant to be worn by the employees of the restaurant. Yeah. Come work at Fredbear's Diner. Sing songs, entertain families. Try not to breathe too much inside of the Springlock animatronic suits because even the slightest bit of moisture will cause the Springlock mechanisms to malfunction and clamp down on you, killing you outright. Cook pizza.
So despite this gigantic safety hazard, Fredbear's becomes a pretty popular spot for birthday parties, attracting some real good business. But things start going downhill real fast. So one night, Fredbear's is hosting a birthday party, and one of the kids attending is Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte. But during the party, Charlotte accidentally gets locked outside in this dark alley behind the restaurant. Suddenly, a mysterious purple car drives up and out steps William Afton, who kills Charlotte outside of Fredbear's Diner and gets away scot-free. William Afton, also known in the FNAF series as the Purple Guy, has claimed his first victim. Henry Emily has lost his daughter, leading him to just kinda disappear for a while, and Fredbear's has its first of many deaths tied to its name. Besides being a horrible, sad, terrible tragedy, it's also a PR nightmare. And the owners of Fredbear's were just like, nope, we're out, and they bailed, took the money and ran, sold off the Fredbear franchise to new owners who pulled the flip job of the century to create Fazbear Entertainment. Not only did they get Fredbear's back on its feet, but by 1983 they've turned the franchise into a bit of a multimedia empire with a TV show, action figures, plushies, and most importantly of all, a new sister location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. See, this newly revamped Fazbear franchise introduced a slew of new characters to the lineup. The TV show was named Fredbear and Friends, after all, so they added a chicken named Chica, a pirate fox named Foxy, and a non-golden bunny and bear named Bonnie, and of course, Freddy Fazbear. Y'all know these guys, right? Remember back in 2014 when FNAF was just these guys? Feels like decades. But yeah, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy become the faces of the new hit restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and things seem to be back on the up and up for Fazbear Entertainment, which of course means one thing: somebody's about to die.
While Freddy's is up and running, Fredbear's has gotten back to business as usual. Seems to be doing fine for itself since, you know, that one time a kid died. Enter William Afton's youngest son, the crying child. Why is he crying? Well, it's implied that he has a pretty intense fear of the animatronics his dad makes, and his older brother Michael Afton really likes to torment the kid by dressing up as Foxy to jump scare him. The kid really just can't catch a break, man. He's clearly terrified of the animatronics, but is basically forced to be around them. Which leads us to one fateful day in 1983 where the crying child is celebrating his birthday at Fredbear's Family Diner. He's not having a great time, and his older brother decides to be a little cruel to the kid. He and his friends all crowd around the crying child wearing character masks, lift him up, and bring him to the main stage where Fredbear's performing. The crying child starts, well, crying and freaking out. The other kids then do what dumb kids do and take things way too far, putting the crying child inside Fredbear's mouth. Matt, I know you're the numbers guy, but I'm gonna take this one. Let's do the math here. One Springlock animatronic suit with a very low tolerance for moisture, plus one horrified child crying rivers of tears equals...
Was that the bite of 87?
No 2015 Markiplier, that was what's known as the bite of 83. William Afton's youngest son is munched by a Golden Freddy animatronic and dies. Ooh, it's a birthday party. Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that. In the wake of this, Fazbear Entertainment decides the Springlock animatronic suits are just too dangerous to keep using. No, what gave you that idea? So our good friends Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie are retired from Fredbear's Diner and sent off to the new restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, to be stored in their safe room. And then in walks William Afton. Now, you'd think after William Afton lost one of his kids to an animatronic he created, he would take a step back, reevaluate himself and what he's doing, and change his ways. But nah, if anything, the death of his own kid was a source of inspiration. So William goes to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and is just like, hey guys, why don't we all just not go into the safe room? You know, the safe room housing the dangerous child-killing animatronics I made? Yeah, in fact, why don't we just forget the safe rooms even exist, you know? We don't need security cameras in there, no. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and reprogram all the animatronics to not even recognize the safe room at all. Nothing suspicious going on here. And everyone just goes along with it. I'm sure that won't lead to anything horrible.
So a few years later, around 1985, something horrible happens. 5 kids mysteriously go missing at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and the animatronics start oozing and smelling real rank. Turns out William Afton's been lurking around the pizzeria, using the decommissioned Spring Bonnie suit to lure kids into the safe room, kill them, and then hide their bodies inside the animatronic suits. Okay. Why? Where's the logic here? I get that you're kinda messed up, Mr. Afton, but what on earth are you hoping to accomplish by stuffing your victims into animatronics that are around dozens of people every single day? Naturally, this sparks an investigation that eventually leads to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shutting down. So let's take a break from the robot bunnies and talk about something that's a little less scary. Clowns. Yeah, really. See, while William Afton was going around killing kids, he still found time to develop some animatronics here and there. And when he wasn't building terrifying robot animals, he was building terrifying robot people. All of them had this creepy circus theme, like this ballerina named Ballora, this balloon boy named Balloon Boy, and most importantly, this little girl named Circus Baby. Afton also redesigned some of the old Fazbear crew to fit the circus vibes as well. All that, and he still finds time for his hobbies. How does he do it? These are the Funtime animatronics. Bright, shiny, happy. They seem harmless, right? Well, underneath the clown makeup were some interesting design choices. See, at this point, Afton has seen how effective his animatronics can be when it comes to helping commit his crimes, so he designed the Funtime crew with some advanced features that, to be frank, pretty sus, as if they're specifically designed to lure and kill children. I wonder what will happen.
Now, the details get a little fuzzy here, especially in terms of the timeline, but from what I can tell, the plan was to have these animatronics available to rent out for birthday parties and events, housing them in this crazy underground storage facility. In addition, some of these animatronics were set to become the face of yet another Fazbear sister location, Circus Baby's Pizza World, set to swoop in and fill the hole in the market left when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shut down. But that plan kind of fell through due to an accident involving William Afton's daughter. Because, surprise, when you make animatronics specifically designed to lure and kill kids while also having multiple kids of your own, those two things might just happen to overlap once. Or twice. So, right as Circus Baby's Pizza World is set to open, Afton's daughter gets just a little too close to Circus Baby and is attacked by a claw that was programmed to shoot out from her torso. This kills Afton's daughter and leads to Circus Baby's Pizza World closing for good on its opening day. The Funtime animatronics are then packed up and sent back into storage, but they still move forward with the whole rental service thing, creating Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental, meaning these guys are still ready and waiting to be rented out for your next birthday party.
But hey, guess what? It's 1987 now. That's a great year. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong in 1987. Damn it. Yeah, even with a handful of child murders under their belt, Fazbear Entertainment decided it was time to reboot their franchise after only 4 years, opening the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that we see in FNAF 2. The restaurant is bigger, there's new animatronics, and there are all sorts of extra security measures put in place after what happened at the last place. For instance, there's the new toy animatronics all based on a series of Fazbear action figures. Yes, they're shiny, yes, they're somehow cuter and creepier at the same time, but most importantly, the toy animatronics are packing some super advanced for the 80s facial recognition technology, scanning for potential predators. However, that doesn't stop William Afton from going for round 2, using the same exact Spring Bonnie suit to lure and kill kids at the pizzeria. But this time, things are a little different. Afton commits his second series of murders, sparking yet another investigation of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, so the restaurant is just about to close down, but first, they got one last birthday party to host, which is a little worrying because the animatronics are going a bit funky.
Now, there's one pretty big detail about the FNAF lore we've not mentioned yet, and it's kind of the whole point of the story. There's a pretty hard and fast rule in the FNAF world. If you are a kid killed by William Afton or any of his creations, your soul will undoubtedly go on to possess one of the animatronics. See, it all started with Charlotte, Afton's first victim. When she was killed outside of Fredbear's family diner, her soul found a new home in the diner's security animatronic, this weird, creepy puppet. Or at least, that's how it looks to be conveyed in the games. Like we've said, this series is kind of frustratingly vague when it comes to their lore, but that is what it looks like. And from that point on, the puppet was working behind the scenes, following William Afton around to pick up the pieces he left behind and do what they could to set things right. I'm about to sound a lot like Matt here. As we see in one of FNAF 2's Atari-style minigames, the puppet gives the souls of Afton's victims new life inside of the animatronic suits. So our buddies Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, yeah, they're haunted. Way haunted. But wait, that's only 4 animatronics. Didn't Purple Guy kill 5 kids during the missing children's incident? Well, this is where things get a little funky again, because now we're dealing with Golden Freddy's spirit. Or should I say, spirits. So remember the bite of 1983 where the crying child got chomped by the Golden Freddy animatronic? Well, his soul is now inside of Golden Freddy. Which, yeah, makes sense. But going back to that FNAF 2 minigame depicting the missing children's incident, in the very last split second, we see a 5th kid followed by a Golden Freddy jump scare. This is Cassidy, the 5th victim of the 1985 missing children's incident and the 2nd spirit haunting the Golden Freddy animatronic. Now let me tell you, Cassidy is mad at William Afton. She is out for revenge. Keep a pin in this, it's important.
All this is to say that the FNAF 2 toy animatronics are now most likely haunted by the souls of Afton's most recent victims. You can tell because these guys start acting way more aggressive and confrontational towards adults. They're chill around kids, but if you're a grown-up, they'll start giving you the death glare. And they're not programmed to do that. So I'ma say, haunted. They're looking for revenge against William Afton. But on the day of that last birthday party, they get a tad overexcited and attack the daytime security guard, giving them a nice hard chomp on the noggin and removing their entire frontal lobe in what became infamously known as the bite of 87.
Happy birthday, Tommy! Needless to say, this gets the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza closed for good. Alright, so let's tally things up. By 1987, Fazbear Entertainment has around a dozen dead kids to their name. That's almost 1 dead kid for every year they've existed. You really think by now they'd decide to call it a day. But nope! These guys decided to give it one more go in 1993. They went back to that first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, brought back the original crew, and relaunched the pizzeria feeling just so sure about it this time. But surprise, people kinda sorta associate the Fazbear name with dead kids now, so no one comes to this new restaurant and it eventually shuts down.
One rainy night, a while after the restaurant closes down and falls into disrepair, William Afton sneaks in and starts dismantling the animatronics one by one. Little does he know that those robots got ghosts in them. The souls of his victims are released and they chase Afton down. They corner him in the back room of the pizzeria and Afton starts to panic. But then, and I don't really know why he would do this, but he runs over to the Spring Bonnie animatronic suit, the suit he's committed all these murders in, and hops inside. Not sure what that's gonna do against ghosts, but he seems to think it's a smart move. Remember though that these old Springlock suits are super sensitive to moisture. That's what killed the crying child back in 83. And like I said, the pizzeria's been abandoned for a while now. It's pretty run down. And it's raining. So Afton piles into his murder suit, just kinda stands there for a few seconds, and chomp! Spring locks fail, blood goes everywhere, and William Afton, stuck inside the Spring Bonnie suit, falls to the ground and dies. Fazbear Entertainment attempts to save face from the now baker's dozen of dead people attached to its name by completely walling off the back room, leaving Afton's body inside and just forgetting about it. We see all this go down during a minigame in FNAF 3. Also in that game, if you get the good ending, you get to see the puppet bring cake to a table of children. 4 of them in FNAF masks, and 1 of them crying. The puppet gives the kid cake, they stop crying, they put on a golden Freddy mask, and then they all disappear, leaving the masks behind. The puppet has set the souls free.
Now, you might have noticed that all this stuff we're talking about has next to nothing to do with what you actually do in these games. Sure, you see some of this stuff play out in minigames, but those are side things that are often hidden. If you play these games casually, you may never see a good chunk of these plot-driven minigames. So how does a purple dude killing kids lead to you as the player spending 5 nights at various robot-infested buildings, checking cameras, and avoiding death by robot chicken? Well, that is where William's older son, Michael Afton, comes back into the picture. While all of that was going on, Michael, now an adult, takes it upon himself to try and make up for his dad's crimes. At first, he was just trying to find his sister, which is a little weird considering the whole, you know, being dead thing. But remember the FNAF rule. All kids killed by Afton or his robots go on to possess an animatronic. And the soul of Michael's sister is now living in the very same animatronic that killed her, Circus Baby. And it seems like William Afton knows this because one day, William, the messed up individual he is, went to his son and was like, "Oh, your sister. Yeah, she's over there. Go check it out." So, Michael takes a job at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals, as we see in the game's sister location. In between avoiding death by face-splitting animatronic, Michael discovers the whole "my dad killed a bunch of kids and their souls are trapped inside these animatronic suits" thing, and decides he has to do something about it.
Unfortunately, while working the night shift at the storage facility, Michael gets himself scooped, meaning the dude gets his insides ripped out of him by a machine meant to remove animatronic endoskeletons. And then this giant robot named Ennard, created by all the Funtime animatronics literally stitching parts of themselves together, jumps inside of Mike to use his body as a host. So Michael is now dead. Kinda. He's like partially dead. He just kinda moves on with his life for a while, robo-bits jangling around inside his skin sack as his body slowly rots and turns purple. Oh, now he looks like dear old dad. Mike gets progressively worse until one day Ennard's just like, "Yeah, this place was cool at first, but kinda sucks now," and ejects himself from Michael's body. And Michael is pretty okay with it, actually. Yeah, somehow he is still alive. Not much else to do, but, you know, keep doing what he was doing before, I guess.
Michael starts applying for gigs at all the various Fazbear locations that popped up over the years, with the goal of setting the souls inside the animatronics free. He lands nighttime security jobs at both the bigger 1987 pizzeria as well as the 1993 pizzeria, but is fired from both for tampering with the animatronics to, you know, save the souls of dead children, and for a general foul odor, because he is in fact a walking corpse. And all this comes to a head in FNAF 3 several years after the final closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The whole Fazbear name is destroyed, no doubt. But over the years, it became some kind of urban legend. So some random company decides to capitalize on this, creating a haunted house-style horror attraction called Fazbear Frights. The place is all decked out in Freddy Fazbear memorabilia, spooky atmosphere, everything's pee-pee yellow. They went the whole 9 yards with this place, including finding a real Fazbear animatronic salvaged from the walled-off back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Yep, William Afton is back, baby! Undead, rotting, haunting his Spring Bonnie suit, and stalking around Fazbear Frights as the monstrosity we all know as Springtrap. I guess living after death as a rotting purple corpse creature runs in the Afton family. But, only after a certain age. Sorry, kids.
So William Afton has been unleashed back onto the world. This could be very bad. Luckily, Fazbear Frights has a nighttime security guard. That's right, it's a family reunion. Father and son back together after all these years. Except now they're both technically dead and the son sets the dad on fire. Yeah! At the end of FNAF 3, Fazbear Frights burns down with Springtrap still inside, which has to have been Michael trying to finally finish off his dad. But unfortunately for Mike, William Afton
always comes back.
He tried his best, but somehow, Springtrap is still out there.
But then, totally out of left field, Henry Emily comes back with a plan. After doing literally nothing this entire time, Henry jumps back into the fray by starting his own pizzeria with Michael working as an employee. We see all this happen in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. But beyond all the arcade games and googly eyes, Henry's Pizzeria is actually just a front to gather up the last few haunted animatronics and set their their souls to rest. And weirdly enough, the animatronics have changed over the years. Circus Baby was apparently kicked out of the Ennard crew, now taking the form of Scrap Baby. What's left of Ennard has now taken the form of Molten Freddy. The puppet's still kicking around as this bear called Lefty. And of course, there's Springtrap. Not much different about it, it's just Springtrap. Once the gang's all together, they're all incinerated, including Michael, and we hear the voice of Henry saying his final goodbye to the lost souls, his daughter, and his old business partner. But hey, would you look at that? William Afton is still alive! Okay, how the heck does this dude keep cheating death?
Well, that's all thanks to Cassidy, the vengeful spirit haunting Golden Freddy alongside the crying child. She's been out for revenge ever since the 1985 missing children's incident. And when I say revenge, I mean she wants to make him suffer. Just killing him off isn't enough. And at this point, William Afton should be dead several times over. Dude got impaled from all angles and burned to death twice. So, physically, he's not really that much of a threat anymore. But Cassidy keeps him alive to torture him, forcing him to live through a never-ending barrage of animatronic horror in his mind as we see in FNAF Custom Night. But that's just half the story, because now there's two William Aftons.
Oh my god, okay. Follow me on this. Many years after all the tragedies of the Fazbear franchise occur, Scott Cawthon, some random unnamed video game developer who is not Scott Cawthon, the real-world creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, started making a bunch of horror games based on the stories of the Fazbear tragedies. Yep, FNAF is officially going full meta on us now. Not Cawthon's games become really popular, and Fazbear Entertainment is getting pretty ticked at the bad name the games are giving their company. As if they weren't already giving themselves a bad name. So they decide to fight fire with fire, no pun intended, creating their own VR horror game as a way of poking fun at themselves, discrediting Not Cawthon, saving a bit of face, and cashing in on their own messed up past while they're at it. But as it turns out, while making the game, the dev team used a few pieces of code found on some old Fazbear Entertainment hard drives. And in that code, somehow, was a digital replication of William Afton's consciousness. Yeah, we're going there.
This code manifested itself in-game as Glitch Trap, a yellow bunny mascot with purple eyes who, over the course of the game, brainwashed multiple beta testers to become little William Aftons in training. Alright, this is getting a little far-fetched, right? But it doesn't stop there. In the FNAF VR DLC Curse of Dreadbear, we see this whole William AI Afton mind-melding thing really take shape with Vanny, a reluctant follower of William Afton. We've not seen much of Vanny yet, but we know that she's someone who's played FNAF VR, was brainwashed by Afton, and is now working for him. Also, she wears a creepy bunny mascot costume just like Glitch Trap. And it's looking like Vanny is about to become a very important player in the FNAF story. Sometime in the near future, we're gonna be getting ourselves the newest FNAF game, Security Breach.
It's bigger, it's badder, it's constantly getting delayed. It's Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I actually think it looks really good. And if the trailers and teasers are anything to go by, which they should be, in this game, you're being hunted down by a killer bunny mascot with a woman's voice. That's Vanny! And until we see what all Security Breach brings to the table, that is where the story of Five Nights at Freddy's leaves off. I know it kind of feels like we just took a hard left turn right before the end there. All this talk of AI, brainwashing, and deadly VR games actually makes all the child murder and haunted animatronics actually look normal by comparison. But to me, this feels like we've reached the end of FNAF Season 1 and are entering FNAF Season 2.
At this point, FNAF is wrapping up the story we've all been decoding and piecing together since 2014, and using it as a springboard to set up all the new insane stories that we'll be trying to piece together until 2028. The main FNAF story, the story of the haunted pizzerias, missing kids, purple people in the Afton family, is largely over. A couple of pieces of it are wrapping up in the books at this point, but really, it's just done. This is officially the start of not even a new chapter, but a new saga of FNAF stories, which gotta say, super exciting, because like, back in 2014, no one could have predicted that the creepy Chuck E. Cheese game would grow to become a massive multimedia franchise about a serial child murderer who can't die. So now that FNAF is settling in on a new path, oh man, it could go anywhere, which means that I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck in it. I am stuck in this franchise until the heat death of the universe. Wish me luck.
Well, Matt's gonna go and sulk in a corner for a little while, so let me just say thank you very much for watching this incredibly long video about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Believe it or not, there are actually a ton more intricate details and mysteries that we couldn't even fit in this video. So if you want to go even deeper into the lore, definitely head over to Matt's channel and check out his amazing FNAF game theories. Or if you want to hear me talk more about FNAF without going into the lore, because oh my god, I got that for you too. Thank you for being patient with me while I put this behemoth of a video together, and I'll see you next time. DFTBA.
Well, this was a good video. What about you, Dad?
I like it. I mean, it was really intense, a long video, and with a whole story inside. And maybe there is more episode of this. Then, yeah. Maybe you can find a new video or a new reaction part and we can do it together. How do you find it?
I find it really good and I actually really like it.
If you like our reaction, then don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell for more new informations and push the like button. In the description you can find also my another social media platforms like Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Instagram is displayed here as well. And don't forget, in the comment section, leave your comments, and thank you for watching. Peace. See you next time.
See you next time as well.